Hello, my cat. Oh dear.
One moment.
Oh. Oh.
Sorry, I don't know how to how to disconnect the audio once I have set it up. I'm not positive there's a way, and I thought I had checked, but apparently I had not. So, need to put my glasses on, need to come up to the screen to get me back in here. Oh, sorry about this. I should probably have said I'll be back in a minute, and then you wouldn't have to watch all this silliness, but anyway. We will see what we can get going on here. Because my phone always it goes black as well on Zoom. It does weird things, and I don't know why. And you didn't need to hear all this, but apparently you are hearing all of this. So, you know, come on. Have we got to get it facing down? Because okay, I wonder if I can do it. Can I put my phone upside down for today? Give it a try? What do we got going on? We do. Okay, so if I do this and I put this in here, what do we get? Let's just see what we get. We get a lumpy phone that's probably not going to connect well to what we're trying to do. Oh, there's the button. Okay. I got it. It's facing down. Oh my goodness. Is anybody here watching all this silliness? I am not, I was zoomed a little bit, and I am not even going to attempt to do that again because that will probably mess everything up. We will see what we have when we get down there. We will hope for the best. Okay. Welcome. So I suppose the good thing is that I neglected to post last night, yesterday afternoon, this morning, uh, that I was going live with Connie's Craft Along again. Goodness, I am not good with that. I apologize. I tried to, I was laying in bed this morning thinking, oh, I have to send that reminder. I'll do that first thing when I get up. Hmm, or not. So it was in the Sunday email. The pieces were in the Sunday email, but there was no reminder. I am sorry about that. It's my goal to send a reminder so that you know that I'm going live. But I have killed a little time. So if anybody, has notifications turned on, you got notifications that, Connie messed up on the technology again, but she's trying to go live or something along those lines, I suppose. Anyway, here we are, and I am set up and I have it on my screen. So say hello. I can see hopefully I can see the comments. I can see my screen coming through on Facebook now. So it's a good start. Okay, we are going to craft. And I don't even have a whole lot to share with you other than if you have bonus days coupons that you have not redeemed, do it now. Now. They're going to expire and you don't want that because once they expire, they're worth donuts. Okay? Right now they're worth money. But when they expire, they're worth donuts. So make sure you redeem those now. If you are coming to our midwinter escape tomorrow, all day, mega workshop, 16 projects, lots and lots going on with that. So, looking forward to an awesome day of crafting tomorrow. And and I think that's all I have for now. We're almost at March, whole new set of comings and goings and all the rest of it, but more on that next week, perhaps. New product of the month coming. So, but today we are going to play with the February product of the month. So let's get crafting, shall we? Okay. Ooh. Oh, package. Package is shiny. So this paper, the product of the month this month is designer series paper, and it is called Painted Illusions. And it's quite different from papers that we have had in the past. Just trying to figure out, I think yes, there are four. So little different configuration. Then we have sometimes, usually we have 2 sheets of 6 patterns. This time we have 3 sheets of 4 patterns. So 2 of them are, single color, quite neutral on one side. 2 of them have these lovely wavy things with bright, bold, fun colors. Oh, excuse me. Sorry, had to sneeze there. On the flip side, we have a neutral, we have an ombre. Look at that ombre. Isn't that lovely? And we also have some ombre going on here and one more of the swoopy patterns with lots of colors. So beautiful, beautiful stuff. Flirty Flamingo, Lost Lagoon, Misty Moonlight. I should just read it, shouldn't I? So I don't miss anything. What do we have? Darling Duckling, Flirty Flamingo, Granny Apple Green. Oh, yes, Granny. I'm even using that. Lost Lagoon, Misty Moonlight, Petal Pink, and Pretty Peacock. So lots of colors, lots of uh, bright colors, lots of patterns. And as I say, quite different from a lot of our um, designer series papers. Okay, so now that we are down here, and my paper is not under my camera, I should just see if I can set this up to be a little bit centered and so I know where where I am and what I'm doing and what's on screen and what is not on screen. All that stuff. Okay, so let's do some crafting, shall we? Shall we get to the to what we came for? Okay, here are the pieces. Standard card base, 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4.25. And then I have a piece of cardstock. This is 5.25 by 4. I had put in the instructions that you could emboss it. That was optional. So I have embossed this with the Pretty Patterns embossing folder. A piece of designer series paper that is 3.75 by 1.75. And I don't think I mentioned, and I should have, but this is going to go this orientation. So if you have a pattern in your paper and you cut it this way, because I told you my card was landscape, I apologize. It is going to go this way. I should have mentioned that. Then we have 3 strips of designer series paper that are 4 inches by 1/2 inch. An interest element or elements. You could have more than one if you want, depending on the size and where you want to put them. And then a piece of basic white that is 6 by 2.75, and it's scored at 3. And this is just for a little surprise element in our card. And you know what? I should have had a piece that is 5 by 3.75 to go inside this card because you could write on Granny Apple, but it would probably look better with a piece of white on the inside. And I've not come prepared for that. So, you know, what can I say? Uh, and then I probably should have grabbed some other stamps than what I did, but let's just see what we do have some sitting here. I've, with this new packaging, we are definitely going to be using the banner sayings. So I've brought that along. But the new packaging that I'm sure you've seen, right? Here's Gears and Textures. Uh, it, I have everything together. I have my stamps and my dies together. So it's down near my cut and emboss machine, which is at the other end of the craft studio. And my craft studio is a good size, but it's not, I mean, it's not forever. It's not, all that far away. But I'm not used to my stamps being down there instead of up here. And so when I get, creating and things, it's kind of like, oh wait, my stamps are down there. What do I have? And I go and look and I might go grab a bin, but I do have some stamps here. So let's just see what we have, shall we? Okay, so I might be looking for some flowers for some of this. So what do we, oh, we have some two-step stamping, impressions of bloom. Okay. Gathering moments, lifetime of love. There's a few. We'll find something. We can make this work, right? Okay. Let's uh let's just start and we'll see where we go. So I'm going to fold this little card in half and give it a nice burnish with my bone folder. And I am going to fold my card base in half and give it a nice burnish. There we go. Okay. And then here's what we are going to do. So we are going to uh, move some of these pieces out of the way. So this piece is going to go on this edge. I just need to move over a little bit. I'm not very centered in my workspace. Whoops. Glue got stuck in my glue holder there. So I'm going to glue this piece onto my cardstock. I am using liquid glue because I have embossed this, so I want to make sure it's nice and secure and has adhesive in all the right places. If you have not embossed your cardstock and you want to use tape runner, that's fine. That will work equally well. Okay, and then I am going to bring in my 3 strips. Oh, I didn't clean this off. It's got a little bit of sticky glue still on it. Okay, there we go. We're good. Do you have a silicone mat? If you don't have a silicone mat, it's a really handy tool. You might sort of think, oh, I don't need that. And you don't have to have it, but it is a really helpful tool. It is fantastic for putting your little pieces on to glue. And if you get glue, overflow glue or something, because, when we glue this, we're probably going to miss in a few spots. And then it's on your silicone mat, and you just move your silicone mat out of the way so that you don't get the rest of your workspace or card or anything else sticky. And it's super easy to clean because it's silicone. The glue just zip comes right off. And it's just very handy. So I am going to put this first strip in about the center. And I'm just eyeballing that. Hopefully it's the center. And I've gone right up against the right edge here. I'm also going to try and get it straight. Okay. And then I am going to bring one in above, but close. Okay, you don't want these, well, maybe you do want these taking up a whole lot of space on your card, and that's fine. It's your card. Do what pleases your eye. And then the third one, I'm going to put below. Okay, now you know how I said you don't get sticky stuff all over your card? You do if you drop it in the wrong place. But we got that fixed. We're good. Okay, just going to wipe my fingers off here. Okay, so there is that. It's mostly straight, isn't it? Okay, and then I'm going to come in with my little card and I'll put this somewhere on here, but I'm going to stamp my sentiment first, or well, I'm going to kind of hold this so I can see sort of what I'm doing. Maybe right about like that. This is quite a small sentiment, and I did that on purpose. You could do one that's, perhaps a little bit longer, more words or something, but narrow. I don't know whether I have anything like that here at my workspace. And that's okay because I was planning to use this one anyway, so it's all good. And I have Lost Lagoon ink somewhere hiding. Here we go. Okay. I'm just going to use, oh, I brought Granny Apple. I was going to use Granny Apple. That was the thought. Lost Lagoon's for the next card. Since I'm using the same paper on the next card, there's a bit of a color theme going on, but we'll use Granny Apple for this one. Put this right in the center here, but over to the left side. So hopefully my flower will fit. We'll see in a minute, won't we? Just need to clean this off. I might use that same sentiment for the next word. Now, the only other thing that we want to think about, I could have made the front bigger and then put this flower on the inside. But this was my thought that I would do that here. And then, so we have this little secret area in here. Do I have anything? Oh, look, expressing heartfelt gratitude. I could put that inside, couldn't I? Just as a little extra, message, a secret message. Yes, it will fit. Okay, let's do this, shall we? I was thinking an image, but we'll do this extra sentiment. Oops. Hopefully we get this straight. Yeah. Do we want this in Granny Apple Green again? I guess we could, couldn't we? Let's put that right. Oh, don't. Bit of a lean in the ink pad, but I think we can save it. A lot of glare here. Should see where I got my lights. There's a lot of glare on my acrylic block. Oh, it's a little not too dark. Okay, I'm going to leave that like that. And here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to clean off this stamp so that I know it's clean. And then I'm going to come in with a little block. I'm going to put a little ink onto it. Okay, so I got a little grain up, and then I'm going to come in with my blender pen. Okay, every toolbox needs blender pens in it, and here's why, because you can fix up these things. So I'm just going to come down here, add some ink to this to make it a little bit darker. There we go. I think the rest is okay. All right. And then I just clean it off with a paper towel. You can run it under water and it will come clean very easily. Oh, okay. Then there's a little extra press here. Get it down nicely. Bring my silicone mat back in and add some glue to this little flower here. This little flower, if you are wondering, is from the Swirled Designs die set. It's another fun set. There we go. Oh, look at that. I think that works beautifully. Okay, so just need to do the final assembly here. We're going to put this onto our card base. Oh, let's pop this guy up with dimensional, shall we? Because the rest is going to be flat. So we are going to put this on to, oh, I need to grab some more dimensionals. Oh, well, we have the edges, so we're probably good for today, but let's just see how it goes. Take your pick tool. Okay. Alrighty. Now, whoops. Whoop. upside down, right side up. It was correct the first time, wasn't it? So I'm just going to put that right on there. You don't have to put this layer on dimensionals, especially if you've used a different color. I like to pop it up when I've used the same color cardstock. I think it adds a little bit. I like the color on color. That gives it some, a little extra. But I also like to um, just pop it up a little bit. Okay. And then we are going to put this right in the center there. Okay. So there we go. Now, as I say, I'll do a white piece for inside. And let's just see if we can find some gems. So we have these pearls of beauty in white. There's a lot of white there. Let's see if we have any colors that might work. These holographic resin dots, they go beautifully with Granny Apple. They are retired, but if you still have some in your stash, you might want to be using those because they do go really well with this. So let's morning, Joanne. Thanks for stopping by. Okay, so we have a great, oops, we have a little piece of cat fur on that one. Don't know how that could have possibly happened. I'll put that guy right there. There's actually 3 sizes of gems in this pack. So let's use one of each, shall we? Out down here, maybe. I have it's stuck to my finger. Oh, that's the same size. Oh, could have done 2 the same size, but let's put this little guy there. There we go. Okay. And there's the first card. Let's see if we don't have quite as many interesting moments with card number 2, shall we? Ah, yes. So this is same layout, same patterning, but this time I've used Lost Lagoon for my card base. And I have a piece of Flirty Flamingo that I have embossed with the stripes, modern stripes, some kind of stripes. Look up stripes in embossing folders. You will find it because it's relatively new and it's really kind of cool. Give that a fold, and then this time for my papers, I've swapped it out so I have a piece with more of the Flirty Flamingo. We might put the Lost Lagoon on the outside just so you really see it. And then I use some Flirty Flamingo strips. Here's our basic white again, 6 inches long by 2 3/4, scored at 3 to make a little secret message card. There we go. And Lost Lagoon for our flower this time. Okay, so shall we I could do all the same sentiments because I have them ready to go. Because you always need thank you cards, right? So let's start with this. Let's see if we can. Oh, let me just see if I've overdone. Perhaps my Granny Apple Green. It's okay, but my Granny Apple Green ink pad might need some re-inking. That came out fine, but the other one was a little bit light. But let's just put this one here. Okay. Let me just give this because I went a little bit overboard on the ink there, so we got some ink on the edge of our rubber. I'm just going to clean him so we don't end up with any ink where we don't want it. And then I'm just going to flatten this way and come in here and do this the same sort of placement for this one because the flower just went around that really nicely. we go. Okay. And now we just need to assemble all of this. That another squish. Okay. So again, I'm going to use liquid glue on this because it is embossed, and we just want to make sure we've got adhesive in all the nooks and crannies there. But so it's very thin but generous with the glue. Does that make sense? We always say be stingy. So you want the coverage, you want it to hold nicely, but very thin layer of the glue where you put it. So you might put it all over your cardstock as I did, but very thinly. Hope that makes sense. And you really don't need a whole lot. You didn't have to put it all through the center there the way I did. I just kind of give it a swoosh of glue everywhere. But this is very strong adhesive, so apparently my bottle is getting low. Okay. This over on the side as we did in the first card. Oh, no, I didn't pop up this piece that time. Didn't even think about that part. It's a different color, so the thought wasn't quite on my mind, but we can pop up this top one. Maybe we'll see what we think when we get there. Okay, bringing in my designer series paper strips here. Ooh, oh, it's the same as that. But this is lovely too. You could do this for your strips. That's neat. We'll stick with the little pink flowers. Okay, I need to swap out this glue. I will play with him more off camera. There's still quite a bit in there. It just every time I set it down, it stops running to the top, and there's not enough to keep it going quickly and easily. So switch to one that has more in it for the camera. Okay, there we go. Then we are going to move this over a little bit. Again, I'm going to start in the middle. I find it easier to get things placed nicely if we start in the middle. I do this with my gems as well. If I'm going to put 3 gems on, I will often put the center one in and then go to each edge. Nope. So there's 1. 2. I don't usually build my cards right on the card base. That's usually the last step. So I don't know. We're just doing everything different this morning, aren't we? We don't. The reason I don't build on my card base is because if I mess something up on this last step, I've got a whole card base and everything all attached. Whereas if it's separate, I can redo it and I still have my card base waiting for me. I didn't destroy it. But we usually try to just pull the layers off to fix them. And if we do that, and it works okay, when you're using liquid glue, it is more difficult to pull your layers off. The dental floss trick will work, but you often have to use your heat tool to warm the glue and melt it when you've used the liquid adhesive. So it's a little bit more difficult than the tape runner. Oh, lost lagoon and lost lagoon. Oh well, that's okay. It will work. Probably should have stamped with Flirty Flamingo, but too late now. So I redo that, but yeah, that's gonna happen. We have lots of Flirty Flamingo on there anyway. Now, I don't know that we want, this kind of pops up. I don't know that I really want that on dimensionals. I could have done this on another piece and popped it up. but I didn't do that either, did I? So I think just flat will be best. So we're just going to do it flat. Okay. Right here. That. And then maybe we'll put some colored gems. Doesn't look like it's quite folded straight. Let's see if we can fix that. There we go. Let me see what we have in a color here. I don't think this has flirty flamingo, does it? Strawberry slush. We've got Lost Lagoon. Could do those. Those could work. Just take a look through some of this, see what else we have. I like the color, though. Not sure I have anything that's any better. Pretty flamingo. Strawberry slush, kind of like that kind of. This is actually strawberry slush, but it kind of that would give us some different color on there. This will work. So this is the 25 to 27 in color pearls. So that's strawberry slush, but it kind of it coordinates. I'm gonna use that. Oops, you can't pull a lid off of a part that doesn't have a lid on. So, okay. And again, we have 3 sizes, so we'll come in with one of each. Just like that. They work. There we go. I actually like them on there. Maybe I should have put those on here. Oh well, it's okay. We're, variety, differences. And this one again should have a piece of white cardstock inside. So I will do that. I don't think about that when I'm prepping my cards too often, and then I have to go back and add it into my cards later as I'm getting ready to use them or to sell them or whatever it is I'm going to be doing. So, it would be good if I did it all at the same time, but it doesn't always happen that way. So, it all happens, just not necessarily at the same time. Okay, let me just put a few of these things away, get some stuff out of the way. There we go. And I will come back here and join you. So there you have it. Those are the cards for today. Painted Illusions is the designer series paper. It is the February product of the month, which means you can get it for just $5 with any $100 order. $5 for a whole pack of designer series paper. I mean, you cannot beat the deal. If you are placing an order, whenever you are placing the order, because we are going to have a product of the month every single month now, make sure you check it out. Once you spend $100, you qualify to order that product of the month, and they are such good value. They were supposed to be $7, but Stampin' Up! Had a misprint in their catalog, so until the end of April, they are honoring the $5 price that got printed in our mini catalogs. So they're an extra good deal right now. But starting in May, they will be $7. But that is still an awesome deal. We had a whole stamp set in January, and now we have a whole package of designer series paper. It's just like, it's a great deal. You just have to, you have to check it out. And if you're placing an order, as I say, if it's $100, make sure you include that uh, in your cart because it's too good an offer to pass by, right? Okay, that's what I have for you today. Have a fantastic weekend, everyone, and I look forward to crafting with you again next week. Take care. Bye for now.